sports shows on the air. Mike Max, Patrick Royce, Eric Nelson, and Sid Hartman as we head into spring, and we finally got a team playing into the spring. Patrick, we were just talking about it. This has been a fun 2 games and everything else with Chicago, but what have the Wild done here by winning the series, by bringing people into it, not again, but what have they done to get a footprint here, a foothold in the market that's dying for a winner?
Well, it's the craziness of winning a 7-game first-round series is kind of interesting for us old-timers who just assumed in the 80s that you were going to go to the playoffs and that the first round was almost covered by like an extension of the regular season. But I think it's a reflection of, a public that is seeking, and they're not seeking reality as much as entertainment and getting excited, and with the mass media and covering the game from 20 different angles. It's huge. I mean, the TV ratings. You get a 16 for hockey on a cable network. That's unbelievable.
Yeah. Eric, I was just thinking about that watching today in Chicago. Not that they don't appreciate the defending champs, but they've got 2 baseball teams, a basketball team with recent success. The Bears, the Blackhawks have done it before. It's different there. I mean, I feel like we're like a Class A school that spikes once in a while, you know?
Yeah, we're on an island. I think there was so much euphoria to get out of round 1 that by the time the party was over, we were like, uh-oh, now we got to play the Chicago Blackhawks. And I think that's the challenge, is you put that Colorado thing in the rearview mirror and know, hey, you're playing the Stanley Cup champions. Yeah. And if you don't bring your A-plus game, they're going to take you out quick.
Sid, when the North Stars first came here to where hockey is today, what's the biggest difference?
If you don't know anything, guys have never cared about hockey. All of a sudden, in order to get along with the public, his friends, he's got to talk hockey. Because there's so much interest in that hockey team.
I don't know who you're talking about. Yourself.
Talking about myself.
Yeah, right.
But the amazing thing about them is that they could go that far with so many goaltenders. I mean,
4 goaltenders.
If they had Backstrom healthy or Harding healthy, you can imagine how all that Kemper played pretty good for a while. I think the guy they got now is
Brizgalas.
Yeah.
That's different. What were we going to say, Patrick?
I got to tell you, Sid brings it up. So he created the opening here. But about Tuesday or so, or maybe last Monday, the Star Tribune, I opened up the Star Tribune, and there's Sid's column, and he's writing hockey, and I said, no matter what his view of life is, this wily old SOB's not going to get left on the side of the road, baby. He's going to be on there. He's never been left on the side of the road, I'll tell you.
And I was at all the Colorado home games, and we saw him there for game 1.
Yeah.
And there was this ripple effect through the press box. Wow, Sid's here.
They did
he
make
had a
playoffs
special seat and everything.
You got to join the group.
Yeah, that's right. But you enjoy, the thing that you enjoy about sports is you enjoy the people. Forget the sport, you enjoy the people.
I think Chuck Fletcher is a real class act. And his father was a very close friend of mine. And I knew Chuck as he's grown up. And the way I look at it, I wanted to do something to help him if I could. But he appeared on Chad. I was on with Chad Friday. He appeared, and today we called him, called right back. He's a class act. 2 o'clock game. He come 11 o'clock, 10:30. We had him on the air. I thought it was pretty classy.
Patrick?
You know who this has done the most for, though? Yo.
Mm-hmm.
Not only the fact that they won a series, but he had a chance to look mature, because we've always wondered about his, whether he'd get so about 12 times a year. Now, he was better at it last year, but remember his first year, every time they lost a game, they were pond scum, and they played like dogs, and he could have whined about the officials and done all of that, but he was real mature. And then Friday night they played extremely well and got beat, but there was no lament. He said, we got to get better. He's looked really good here, don't you think, Eric?
Yeah, I've talked to Darby, the assistant coach, Darby Hendrickson, and he said even when they thought they were going to get gassed back in late December, Mike Yeo was calm, and he said, just, stay the course. And then they got hot in January, and they had a good, strong finish in the regular season. I agree with Patrick. I think Mike Yeo has won a lot of coaching cool points.
I'll show you how smart I am about hockey. I knew that Heatley sat out several games. He was up in the couple of games I went to. He was up in the press box. All of a sudden, he joins. They start playing him, and he's one of the stars.
Right.
Yeah,
And he's a free agent. They won't re-sign him.
Right.
Gets a lot of money.
But your point is, he's helped them.
They had a
Pardon me?
lot of guys chip in.
Yeah, a lot.
Granlund is really, I think, his star.
Well, you know,
right?
the
They
other thing.
slapped that fourth line together
yeah.
with all the outcasts, Brodziak and Heatley, and they
Do you,
go
do
and
you
get-
believe, Patrick, that the NHL from number 1 to 16 or whatever it is the closest in terms of, you know, you forget Colorado is a 2 seed, Minnesota 7. There should be a big difference, and obviously
Well,
there
I
wasn't.
think so, but I've always said also playing to 3 and the amount of luck. You know, that's why it's balanced. You know
Yeah.
that you're playing to 3. You're not playing to 110.
And so every game is going to be close in the playoffs, almost
Yes.
guaranteed.
Yeah, I mean, and look, I watched Bruins and Montreal game 1. No contest. Bruins twice as good, had the puck twice as much, had 3 times as many chances, and they lost.
Yep.
And I mean, you don't see that in other sports.
The other, I'll tell you where hockey misses it, though, no matter what they try, is, you know, in basketball, you see a ball go through the hoop. Football, you see a touchdown. Hockey, half the time, you're not sure what happened. You can't really enjoy the moment because you're going, oh, something happened there. Oh, the light went on, but you don't, it's
But
not
I'll
pure
tell you,
light.
HD
Well, it's not
been
good
the
on
best thing
TV
ever.
either, so that's a big problem.
They do have those great camera angles right basically in the net. But you're right, there's a lot of redirection goals. I mean, you
Yeah.
look at the way Parisi gets his goals. Gabrick had that game-tying goal last night against the Anaheim Ducks.
Late last
And
night.
you had to look at it again to make sure that it went
They
in.
can show you the puck.
And he got the
though.
game winner, too.
I was in Brainerd over the weekend doing some radio stuff, and was watching the game on a 23-inch standard definition television.
Been a while, huh?
And I can tell you, HD, big screen, greatest thing that ever happened to hockey. 'Cause I just saw visions of people out
That's
there.
what you
You
saw,
never
huh?
saw
You
anything.
wanted the glow puck, didn't you?
Take a break, come back, stay with us.
The Sports Show is brought to you in part by Canterbury Park 24/7 Card Club. Don't forget the Card Club at Canterbury Park. Cambria, makers of quality quart surfaces. Ticket King. For the best price on tickets anywhere, try Ticket King. Soundpoint Audiology. Life is worth hearing. And Cuisine Concepts. Franklin Street Bakery at 11th and Franklin in South Minneapolis, just down from Mall of America Field. And Taste of the NFL. Proud to be the premier Super Bowl party with a purpose to support hunger relief locally and nationally.
Quality. It's the result of shared values. The joy found in an honest day's work. Respect for true American craftsmanship and the need, not the want, to get things right. It's the result of remembering your roots, being forever humbled by how far you've traveled and forever hungry to push on further. Quality is a result. Quality is who we are. Cambria. Family owned, American made.
Your entertainment operating system has arrived. Get ready for the Xfinity X1 Triple Play from Comcast. Find everything faster with Smart Search across live TV, Xfinity On Demand, and the X1 DVR. Plus, get the fastest in-home Wi-Fi for all rooms, all devices, all the time. Call 1-800-773-4545 today and get Xfinity TV, Internet, and voice for $33 each a month for 12 months when you bundle all 3. And add X1 DVR service for only $10 more a month for 12 months. With the X1 DVR, you can start watching a show in one room and finish in another. Plus, you can record up to 4 shows at the same time while you watch the game live. Advanced DVR, Smart Search, fastest in-home Wi-Fi. It's all part of your entertainment operating system. Call 1-800-773-4545 today and get Xfinity TV, Internet, and voice for $33 each a month for 12 months when you bundle all 3. And add X1 DVR service for only $10 more a month for 12 months. Don't wait. Call 1-800-773-4545 today.
Nice car. Not so nice scratch. Wouldn't it be nice if removing ugly scratches from your car was this easy? Now with new Finish Scratch Doctor, removing surface scratches is easy. In fact, independent laboratory tests have proven Scratch Doctor to be the best scratch remover available. Scratch Doctor with advanced microtechnology also removes paint scrapes, scuffs, haze, and swirl marks. So get Scratch Doctor.
Audi A4 drivers have spoken. And they rank the A4 highest in total quality index in its class. Experience the new Audi A4 at your local dealer today.
Looking for a nice, big, juicy rack of ribs?
Fabulous chops, huge steaks, and the Buddy Bowl? Then J.D. Hoyt's is the place for you. Hoyt's opened in 1983, and Mike Andrews and his partner John White have kept this Minnesota tradition at the top of the food chain. Managing owner Pat Montague gives us a tour.
At J.D. Hoyt's, enjoy a relaxed atmosphere, great food, friendly service, private dining room, second to none happy hour, just blocks from the new ballpark.
Located at 394 in North Washington. Locally owned, nationally known. Hoyt's.
Stop on by when you're in downtown Minneapolis, locally owned, nationally known, J.D. Hoyt. Say hi to Pat and the gang. Boy, that's good food and then some. Welcome back to the sports show. The NBA has had these great playoffs. Last night I stayed up late and watched the Clippers beat Golden State, but it's been rocked by this Donald Sterling, who everybody knew about. Tell me, do you think he gets back in the game here? Do you think he files a lawsuit and they can't get rid of him?
I talked to one of the biggest attorneys in town here during the week. He said if the NBA thinks this is going to be completely easy, they're going to court and they're going to appeal it and appeal it again if they can, and they might not be able to force them to sell the team.
When you become an NBA owner, you sign a deal that you will not sue the league, that everything will be decided by arbitration.
So,
there's a,
we'll see if that's.
And the tradition is, you go to court. The guy says it says right here arbitration. You go to arbitration.
Well,
now maybe you can win arbitration.
I was involved with that Chicago Zephyrs, and I was told by the owners to read that thing from top to bottom. The paper I signed
said
they signed. There was nothing about they can't sue him.
Well, that was 1981. I'm talking about 1981. And by the way, Stern took imperial powers here and kept making people concede even more powers to him. And Sterling was one of the guys who conceded more powers. But it's in his. When he got in the league, you had to agree to arbitration, and you could not sue the leagues.
One more point about that. Involved with the Chicago Zephyrs and the Baltimore Bullets, there was a lawsuit, and Mr. Stern took my deposition. So I'm sure he changed it when he became commissioner, but for a long time they couldn't sue him.
You could
sue. Well, yeah. I suppose you can always try to sue, and if they say, well, the arbitration doesn't hold up, you can.
The one out he might have is it says something about willfully damaging the league, and
he could say I was on a private conversation.
Yeah. He's going to throw up every roadblock he can. He'll be lawyered up. I mean, he's a billionaire.
Well, he's got prostate cancer. Yeah. He's 81, and he stands to make a $700 million profit. So what's the problem?
Yeah, I got a kick at people that saying, "Well, will he be able to even sell this franchise?" That's just an auction, man. That's a value piece of
more than it's ever been.
Yeah, it
got
is.
Oprah and Magic bidding against each other.
Yeah.
The Milwaukee Bucks just sold for $550.
You know how much Glenn Taylor's going to make on this if he ever sells?
Pardon me?
Glenn Taylor's going to make a ton of money. Everybody always thinks he's lost a lot. Well, he's going to make it all back and then some when he sells.
Well, it's amazing. Glenn Taylor got in more trouble. I remember calling Mr. Stern on the Sunday at home when that Joe Smith situation come up, and he says, "You can't quote me because you know me for a long time. I trust you. That no good SOB, I don't want nothing to do with him." And now, all of a sudden, Stern makes him chairman of the owners and all that kind of stuff.
Let's face it. Quote him. Let's face it. Everybody in the NBA knows Taylor took the fall for Kevin McHale and Flip and the boys. They all know that Glenn Taylor did not unilaterally negotiate the under-the-table deal with Joe Smith.
Correct.
He took the fall and said, "I didn't tell my management team."
But he's probably the last owner to be suspended, right?
Yeah, he is.
Yeah.
Although it's different, banned for life and suspended. I mean,
But still,
obviously.
you think about what that did to the Timberwolves. It set the franchise back 5 years.
Well, I mean,
I'm saying,
Yeah, they could have screwed up 4 more first-round draft
There's 5
choices.
more lottery picks they could have blown.
how things changed with Taylor and Stern.
right.
They had a meeting that week about that situation, whatever the situation was. And Stern says to me, we had a meeting. We talked about breaking the rules and money under the table and stuff like that. Then that guy does that.
Well, the one thing is, where Glenn is now with the league, though, I think the only 2 guys from the league that talked to Sterling were Silver and Glenn.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, the way it looks, I don't know who else.
He had Glenn calls. He had Glenn talk to Sterling.
I wonder, is Sterling and Buss, are they like rivals or are they indifferent?
Buss got him in the league.
Yeah.
Buss got him in the league.
So those two are buddies. They share the same ring, probably because he loves having a tenant like that, right? He beat him all the time in the
Well,
past.
it's not
Buss
his
is gone,
ballpark.
but I mean,
it's not his stadium anyway. It's Anschutz.
They tried to get him to go to Anaheim for years.
Yeah.
They even had a helicopter
he was in
set up.
San
He was going to
Diego when they
helicopter from
started.
Beverly Hills to Anaheim, but he wouldn't leave Los Angeles. He didn't want to go to Orange County.
There's another thing. He's going for a divorce right now.
who is?
Sterling.
Sterling.
Oh, yeah.
I wonder why. I wonder why she would want to divorce him.
V. Stiviano.
He's going through a divorce, and that club, like he said, Milwaukee sold for $514.
$550.
The Lakers are worth millions, maybe a billion. And maybe the Clippers aren't worth $1 billion, but they're worth pretty
700.
close to it.
You got a team in
700.
LA in the NBA, you're in pretty good shape.
And now you got a better club than the other team does. By the way, he should be grateful to the NBA. They hand-delivered him Chris Paul.
Yes, they did.
The only reason to have a good team is the NBA said, we don't want him to go to the Lakers. They're too good. You can have Chris Paul. That's the only reason he's any good.
Interesting stuff. Take a break, come back. Stay with us.
Attention, please get a pencil. Announcing a hearing breakthrough, a microchip that is so small it can fit on the head of a pen. Worn hidden entirely in your ear canal, making you hear clear as a bell. And it's proudly made in the USA. Do you feel left out of conversations? Is it difficult to hear words in noisy environments? Do others say that you listen to the TV or radio too loudly? Do you feel like a bother to others due to your problems hearing? If you answered yes, you may qualify for this new chip in the ear. Only 50 participants are needed to try this microchip, so get a pencil. Call now to see if you qualify. This revolutionary chip actually mimics the natural sound selection of the human ear. With multi-core microprocessors, technology used in the most advanced computers, sounds are analyzed and classified each millisecond, controlling noise and making speech clear. Do not wait. Call now to see if you qualify to wear this revolutionary new microchip.
I have evidence that proves my dad's a space alien. Speaks a weird language. Drinks green stuff. He says he's from Albuquerque. I'm not buying it. I mean, just look at him. And one more thing. He has a spaceship. The evidence doesn't lie. My dad's an alien.
The highly advanced Audi A6, named to car and drivers 10 best. Experience exceptional value on the Audi A6 at your local dealer today.
Drive out in that A6, you're going to be a happy camper. Stop on by Audi Minneapolis, right off of Wayzata Boulevard. Really, General Mills Boulevard is the exit off of 394. Say hi to Charlie and the gang and walk out for a vehicle for all seasons. NFL draft this week. You excited?
It's
You've been saying
always fun.
Vikings are going defense.
It's all fun. I'd be shocked if they didn't go defense. They've got 6 quarterbacks on the board, 1 through 6, how they stand.
Right.
My prediction is he will try and get a second draft choice like he did
Try to trade for a second draft pick
when
up.
he got Smith in the tackle. And then he might take a quarterback. But apparently Zimmer and that kid from Texas A&M didn't have a very good relationship when they met. And
Can't imagine that.
I think that the way it's starting to look, everybody up top is backing off on the quarterbacks.
Yep.
And Bortles, who I think would be their guy,
Central Florida kid.
is going to be there. So now You know, he's going to be there. Are you going to trade out of 8 and hope he's still there at 14 or something? I don't know.
What would you do, Eric?
If they have the quarterback they think can be the franchise guy and he's there, they have to take
So if
him.
he's not
But
the-
they have to get it right, and that's the tricky
So I'm
part.
saying, if he's not the franchise guy, then you're just wasting a
Yeah,
pick.
exactly. So, I mean, what about Bridgewater? He was great on the field on Saturdays, but his pro day was horrible.
I don't think,
so
I think
does that drop
Bortles-
his stock?
I
don't
think
know.
Bortles is the only guy.
Well,
they
I
take.
know that Bridgewater, #1 at one time.
Yeah, that's what I'm
I know
saying.
that.
Yeah, but now he's.
But then he couldn't throw a complete pass on an out route with no pressure on his pro day. So then he dropped. I don't know if that's fair or not, but he dropped.
But all along you said if they pick at number 8, they're going defense.
They need defense in the first.
Well, they
the
need
worst
defense
way.
and offense.
We had Zimmer on the air today, and he talked about how badly they need defense. They have one linebacker they really can count on. And by the
Can't
way,
give him
they renegotiated his contract. They told him if you wanted to come back, they had to do what they had to do. I think they'll won't take a quarterback to the 2nd or 3rd round. There's 6 quarterbacks, and there are a ton of defensive players.
Patter, do you like the way they've strung this out 3 days now, Thursday, Friday, Saturday in the NFL?
I didn't mind it making it the, doing the extra day, but I don't think we needed the, the 3rd day. By Sunday last year, who cared about or is it for Saturday? Who cared about 4 through 7? The 4 through 7 round. I thought, I liked it when they did 1, 2 in the first day, and then I like the old system. But you know what? I don't sit there in front of the TV and watch
I don't
it.
either.
I wait for him to tell
I
me.
can't believe that, Pat.
Is that on TV Sunday too?
No,
Oh,
it's
yeah.
Thursday, Friday, Saturday.
Thursday, Friday. It's all 3 days, yeah.
Well, and the key is we focus on round 1, round 2. The Vikings need to hit 1 through 7. I mean, that's what Seattle's done recently. You've got to hit on the lower picks, and they need to start almost immediately. If that happens, it's a good draft.
Did you see Richard Sherman was at the correspondence dinner last night? And Obama used him as part of his speech? The
Oh,
Seattle
really?
cornerback, yeah.
Yeah, well, he's a character. I'll tell you who I'd like to say congratulations to, Cordero Patterson, for suddenly telling the Minnesota public that he's a huge Wild fan. This kid is smart.
Yep.
This kid, forget
It's marketing,
Adrian,
Patrick.
forget Adrian Peterson. We have a new hero in this town.
Well, he never went to a hockey game until Hagen took him.
He's now been to more than you, though.
Yeah.
He's been to as many as you.
But he's a funny kid, and he's entertaining the media out there, and we're going to love him, aren't we? Especially if he brings
He
back
is
the
a
opening
great
kick.
kid. He is a great
Patterson?
kid. Yeah,
He's a fun guy.
And he's smart.
great kid.
Big
And he's
Wild
explosive.
fan. Big Wild fan.
But I think
Yeah.
He
okay.
autographed
Thank
a
you.
bunch of
First phase.
pictures for me.
What's that?
When
He
some of
autographed
those-
pictures for you. What would he do that for?
Some friend of mine wanted some pictures of him,
He's-
an autograph.
Aw.
I don't know.
Friend of mine.
My baseball writer's card has on
Yeah.
the back
Yeah.
no autographs.
That's
I don't
what I
know
was
about the
wondering.
football.
Attention, Bob Hagan.
I suppose
Hey,
you're,
Bob.
you're just the conduit on this. You're just handing them off to somebody else.
They will make him greater than he was last year because Musgrave was a joke, and they got a good
You never said that
offensive-
last year?
No.
Huh?
You never said that during the season?
In his long
I
and
did.
storied
Did you?
career,
Yes, I not,
even
long
defended
and
his-
storied career, first time he's ever turned on a guy who left town.
not in this program, I just say.
He made sure that he saw the movie.
Let me get my answer. On this program, I didn't.
Oh,
but
on
there
this
were
program.
people in the organization who didn't think he was doing a very good job.
How do you like the Twins roster? 3 shortstops, 3
catchers.
4 catchers, and 1 outfielder. It's the damnedest
We'll
thing I ever
talk
saw.
about that when we come back. Stay with us on this board show.
If you guys could go on a free shopping spree anywhere, where would you go? I'd go to the grocery store. Pizza, ice cream. I'd go shop for clothes. You know where I go? I'd go to Ticket King. Ticket King! At Ticket King, you can buy great seats for the Vikings, Christian Ponder, the Wild, Zach Parise, the Timberwolves, Ricky Rubio, and of course the Twins. We love the Twins. Yep, this is where I go. Vikings, Twins, Wild, Timberwolves, Gophers, theater, and concerts too. Justin Bieber! Hey, I like him first. details, go to TicketKingOnline.com. Any ticket, anytime, anywhere. It's the real thing. It's Ticket King. Right, Dad?
Couldn't have said it any better myself.
That's for sure.
I'm Michelle Tafoya, and once again, Taste of the NFL was the hottest ticket at the Super Bowl. Thank you for joining us as we came together to deliver a successful Taste of the NFL at the Super Bowl. The money we raised means a lot. For every $1, 8 meals are provided. Thank you, Brooklyn, and thank you all for joining us at our annual Party with a Purpose, the Taste of the NFL, where food, football, and fun take a bite out of hunger in America.
There it is. Thanks to the local sponsors throughout, and Dwayne Kostrowski and the excellent job he does in helping feed the hungry
What's the
through
date?
Taste of the NFL. That's coming next fall. We'll keep you updated. You know that.
Well, next fall.
You just want to know when that guacamole's coming here.
Yes,
for the
that's
state fair.
right.
That's
We
what
better
you
get
want to
that.
know about.
And the public does too.
We were talking about the Twins. The Dodgers came here, and if the Dodgers
Everybody
play the
was
Twins,
worried
there's
about-
nobody there to watch it. Is there really a game?
Everybody was worried about Puig handling the cold weather. I don't think he had much problem.
And the Dodgers, he had 4 hits that one game.
Yeah.
And then he had a throw, basically from right field, 300 feet from the plate, trying to get a runner at the plate, tagging, and he hit the plate on the fly, but 2 guys tagged up. So it was kind of the good and the
Yeah,
bad
did
of
you see that?
Yasiel
It was
Puig
like,
all
yeah,
rolled into
yeah.
one. Yeah, I think
Well,
he got aired out by Mattingly.
Hey, talk about the weather. Dave St. Peter showed me where the weather last year was worse than this year.
Well, it's
at the
been 2
same
bad
time.
springs, but
Yeah.
if you have a bad team without hope, that's really bad.
Well, the weather's it has been pathetic. Now, today, nice day.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, they have the they had the
The
competition of the Wilds.
What do you think of the way this team is built? What would you do, Patrick?
Oh, I'd probably wait till next year. I think they're not going to be, they're not going to go 14-60 after the All-Star game because they're going to have better pitching.
Yep.
But I said it here a couple weeks ago. Their big problem is most of the time they're playing a team that's better than they are. That's and that's why they lose 2 out of 3. They're going to Cleveland and Detroit. Yeah, they're playing 2 teams that are better than them for 7 days. What do? You win 3 if you're lucky.
Brian Dozier and Trevor Plouffe, are they the future? Are they the ones that we have to hope become the next
I
wave?
like Plouffe.
I like Dozier.
Yeah, Dozier.
He strikes out,
He
but
turns on a ball. He can really drive it. He hit that home run Saturday, his 8th of the year, and he's in the wrong spot batting leadoff. I think.
Hellacious second baseman.
Yeah.
Hellacious second baseman.
Good plays.
Well, as far as the Twins go, the offense hasn't been too bad. It's been much better than people expected. They should have signed that.
Nelson Cruz?
You're right.
But you don't know if he wanted to come here or not.
Well, maybe
But he was on the
didn't want to come
market.
here.
Yeah.
And you know what? He hit a ball on the 3rd deck Friday night. That's
Ooh,
the
did you see
second
that
time he's
swing?
gone upstairs.
You
at
see that
Target Field.
swing? That's what you spend your life
And
trying
he's near
to
the
do.
top in RBI.
If you give him $12 million instead of $8, he would have come
yeah,
here.
he's here, and look how much
Showalter
better they are.
has done a great job with that Baltimore team. He took it over. They made some good deals. While Andy McPhail was there, they didn't do anything.
They made one pretty
he
good
came
one
in.
for a shortstop, I think, as I recall. Who did
Former
make
Twin?
that trade? With
Hardy.
JJ.
Well, they did give us Brett Jacobson, though. So,
Well, no, they gave
and
us
Jim
the
Hoey.
flamethrower.
Jim
Hoey,
Hoey
yeah,
and Brett Jacobson.
Something about he throws 98.
Yeah, he does.
How about Morneau?
Yeah, what's going on there?
I was watching him on TV last night. He's hitting 345.
We got to go. Thanks, Sid. See you back here next week on The Sports Show. Thanks for watching, everybody.
The Sports Show is brought to you in part by Canterbury Park 24/7 Card Club. Don't forget the Card Club at Canterbury Park. Cambria, makers of quality quartz surfaces. Ticket King. For the best price on tickets anywhere, try Ticket King. Soundpoint Audiology. Life is worth hearing. And Cuisine Concepts. Franklin Street Bakery at 11th and Franklin in South Minneapolis, just down from Mall of America Field. And Taste of the NFL. Proud to be the premier Super Bowl party with a purpose to support hunger relief locally and nationally.